Hi guys, welcome to the channel. How's everyone doing today? Hope you're doing good. Today, as you could tell from the thumbnail, I'm sure, depending on what I've done. What have I done? I am doing a kit up of this partial, because this is a partial of the stained glass. Well, it's not a partial, it's a full field. What I mean is, this is an actual clip, a picture from the large stained glass garden that Peggy Collins has, I believe. I've been waiting for it forever. So I did not get the enhancement kit for this. I'm going to make my own. What you think of them apples? Yeah, so it's really pretty. It's a 13 by 13. It's called Stained Glass Flower. I think I got this off of Amazon. It has 1, 2, 3 ABs, 1 fairy dust. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. And I am adding, what am I adding? Do you see these lines right here? These yellow lines. So I've seen them done with like a gold color. So I'm trying to decide between these two because I don't have 742. So it's going to be one of these. And I don't know which one yet. So I'm just going to set them aside over there. Okay. And we're going to start kitting up. Do I need to... I swear that does nothing, does it? There we go. Is that better? Maybe. No, it's too dark. I don't know. Oh, it's too dark for me. I can't see. Okay. Okay. So I'm using this Elizabeth board. I took one of the things out. And now this thing keeps falling over. So I'm not going to need like a lot of these because these just hardly have any in them. So I'm just gonna start putting the stickers on. I have been very, very, very extremely busy. I fell so far behind and I have been trying to catch up. I kind of am caught up, kind of, but not all the way. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. In fact, after this kit up, I'm going to go lay down for a little bit. It's like 8:30 at night, but I'm exhausted. I've just been going all day. Just turbo speed, literal turbo speed. I'm not even checking these. Just a minute. Oh, okay. I don't think any of these are big enough to even need larger than a small. Because those are, yeah. Okay, we're fine. Hi, Coco. Come here. You want to come up on my lap? Come on. Come on up. She always wants my attention when I start filming. Do you want up? There you go. There she goes. So how are you guys doing? Sorry. How are you guys doing? Oh, what's new in your lives? What's old in your lives? I haven't even watched true crime or nothing today. on my next interview. I just need to schedule it. Seemed like you guys liked that collaboration series. The part I didn't like was that it showed up in my live section of my videos. That's not okay because nobody goes over there and sees it. So, yeah. I am going to have to do it a different way. And that's fine, you know, it's what it is. So I wish I could do like a side-by-side, you know, because that was really cool with Lizzie. And I can, it's just, it shows up under my live and nobody's going over there to look at it. So I keep telling everybody, hey, can you guys go check out this, you know, video? And it's like, so I did a poll. You guys won't see this for a long time, but I did a poll on my Facebook group if anybody wanted to see me go live, and I'm not really getting any. I got like just a couple of people, so I might hold off and just wait. So somebody actually said no. I'm like, okay. Alrighty. Oh, did I see how many colors this had? 53. 53. I think for this, what I'm going to do is I'm not even going to use like a marker or anything. I'm just going to put the special in the container instead of using the one that's supposed to go in there. This is going to be ridiculous. These larger containers. Oh my gosh, it's going to be funny. It's like 2 drills in there. Oh man. Guys, I really like kitting up in here better. Than in my kitchen. It's just, it's okay. Now this I need to save for my logbook. Okay. Elizabeth board. Funnel. So I don't know. You guys are like, Brittany, are you flipping crazy or starting another? Here's my mental health awareness charm that my girlfriend got me. You're like, are you crazy? Why are you starting another painting? Like, oh, there's glue on it. What am I saying? Okay, this is the one I'm not using. Do that one or this one? Oh, I think I'll do this one. Yeah. The thing is I'm doing this with my girlfriend. I'm doing stuff with my girlfriend. And so she's, you know, going way faster. She doesn't have a channel or anything, so she's going way faster. You know, the amount of things that I needed to get done today before I even came in here was like ridiculous. And then I had to finish filming the video. I have filmed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, 1, 2, 3, oh my gosh, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I've filmed 5, this is my 6th video that I'm filming today. My 6th video. I know a lot of you guys are thinking, why are you working so hard? Why are you doing all of this? You don't have to. It's just a YouTube channel. Why are you, you don't have to like post every day. You don't have to do, and I've addressed this in other videos, but in case you guys, didn't watch those or hear about it or whatever, I'm not doing it because of that. I'm not sitting here going, I have to post, I have to post, I have to film, I have to film, I have to, no, I'm not doing that. That's not what this is about. And I said it in another video, and I think some people didn't hear me, or they blocked it out, or I don't know. But like, no, that's not what's happening to me. I'm exhausted. I'm not worried about posting a video. I'm not worried about filming a lot of videos. I'm not worried about getting a lot of stuff done. Part of this that you're seeing is my mania, and part of what you're seeing is me just trying to catch up to my girlfriend. So, I don't recommend doing this much stuff. You're gonna get worn out, unless you have my superpower. My superpower is my mental illness, which helps me a lot, actually. But it's not good. 890. Okay, we have 3818 going all the way up there. Is this a no? Here, these bags are so tiny. There's just like nothing in these bags over here. I should ask my girlfriend, because she got the enhancement. I should ask her what enhancements there are on hers and where they're at. So maybe I can look at my stash and see what I have. I really do not have very many enhancements. I don't yet. She has so many. So, well, she has more than me, way more than me. Okay, where am I at? 498? What? Okay, I'm like, where is it? Anybody doing any events for June? I'm sure, well, I know there's events for June. I know it. So, anybody doing any? I don't think I'm going to do any more events for this year. I think I'm done. Unless something really like fits into what I'm doing, I'm just not gonna do it. I'm doing a really cool painting for June. It's a really big, well, I kind of said this before, but it's not like huge, but it's big. I think it's big. I need to look. It won't fit in my bookcase. I know that. That's what I'm going off of. But yeah, that means I get to take it out of there and then take one out of my closet and bring it out here and put it in that basket. Yay! The ones that are in my closet don't fit in my bookcases either. I had a really good dinner. It was chickpea rotini with meatballs and spaghetti sauce. So good. Oh. You know, if I didn't have a gluten problem, I'm convinced I would never have tried like lentil pasta or chickpea pasta. I mean, I don't think I would have ever tried them because I would have been like, ew. Oh my gosh, they're so good. Okay, we have 351, 352, and 353. We've got it all. Do I keep like turning this backwards or something? Okay. After a while, I'm pretty convinced this thing just doesn't work as well on some of the containers. I'm really convinced of that with how much I've used it. It's starting to lose its ability to, or it's the Elizabeth Ward door thingamabobby majiggies. Oh wait, what did I decide? I am using, am I using this one? Yes. Okay. Let me just keep that right there. Actually, I'll do it next. That way I can know that it's in there. And I'll just keep it to the side if I need more, I need more. And if I have too much, it's fine. I'll just get it down. Get it down later. Gosh, earlier I was sitting here and you guys, the neighbors' dogs were just like going off. Like I went out there and recorded it. I mean, it just sounded like, I don't know, like, I don't know if they were getting hurt. These scissors really need to be cleaned. I don't know if they were getting hurt or, I don't think they were getting hurt. I don't know what was going on. Even my girlfriend, she's like, oh yeah, they're definitely buying and selling you know what over there with how much they come and go. Oh my god, or cars come and go. I'm like, and they're only there for like a very short, brief period of time. Oh gosh, it's like, why? Do you guys have nice neighbors? Man, at our old house, I've talked about our old neighbors before, but we have the best neighbors. Just super nice, you know. Okay, super nice. And at first I was like, oh no, when we moved there. Because I'm somebody who likes to be left alone. You know, I don't like people coming over all the time and stuff. And when we first got there, I don't know, like within a month, you know, they come over and introduce themselves, and they had noticed that we had kids. They noticed the ages of our kids, and they had gotten them a little something, and, you know, just, they brought us like a little housewarming gift, and I was like, oh my gosh, you know, that's so nice of them. And we became friends and stuff. And her husband worked for UPS. And oh my gosh, that job is so hard. I mean, he was like, he had like knee replacements, and oh my gosh, it was just, but I think I've talked about this before, but we would borrow my girlfriend's tent trailer when we would go camping sometimes. And see, isn't this nice? I'm not bumping the tripod. And so like we shared a side yard. We didn't share a side yard. You know, they had a side yard, we had a side yard, but you know, it was super close together because we were in a development. And so when we would get the tent trailer, I'd be like, you know, is it okay if I just park it right here? It would be a lot easier for me to load it. And of course they were like totally fine with it. It was only parked there for like, it would only be parked there for like 2 days while I was loading it before we left. So it was not a big deal. But I'd be out there loading it, and here she comes, you know, they're ex-military too. So she could go to the commissary. Is that what it's called? Yeah, right? I think so. And so she would come over and oh my gosh, you guys, she would have so many snacks for the kids, for us when we went camp. Too many, like way too much. But it was just so nice, you know, that she was always thinking of us. Now, she had a daughter, and her daughter at the time that this was going on had not had any kids. But man, when her daughter had she had a little girl, she was just so happy to be a grandma, and she used to watch her all the time. Like, she would drive like, I don't know, an hour to go get her in the mornings. And then I think she even drove her back home. But yeah, right around that time, we had left. We had already moved out by that point, but yeah. So it's pretty cool. And there's like nothing of this color. The 141, thank God, because I have enough of this, thank you. Jeez, I could use my own at this point. 327. Oh, I thought that cut that. I had that in. But yeah, so there'd be just, oh my gosh, because I always bought a ton of stuff too. Oh, I remember one of my hacks. I'm sure I did not come up with this idea, but what I would do is I would get a plastic container, you know, a big plastic container, and I would scramble. I would put the eggs in and raw, not cook them, raw, and scramble them up so that I would have those ready for like breakfasts. And because I used to make, oh my gosh, I used to make pancakes and eggs and bacon and all that kind of stuff for breakfast, because we always went on long hikes and stuff. Yeah, that was so convenient to do that, because it was just like, oh, pour them in the pan, you know. And I would only bring enough for like, you know, 2 or 3 days worth, because I didn't want it to go bad. So, but yeah, wherever I learned that hack, that was a good hack. That was definitely. I remember we got so on the last night we would always get a huge crab dinner. So we would have like crab, corn on the cob, potatoes, we used to get this fried bread. So we'd just lay out the picnic table and just everything was all over the table and just grab what you wanted. You know, like an actual crab cookout, whatever you call it. Oops, nope, we don't want you in there. Oh, I missed a couple, didn't I? That's okay. And we would have butter, you know, like melted butter to go with the crab and the potatoes or whatever, the corn, you know. And so the first time we did it, Kelsey didn't feel good. Kelsey didn't feel good afterwards, like on the way. Well, was it on the way home? Well, it was that night, and on the way home, she didn't feel good. And, you know, we were all speculating as to why, you know, she didn't feel good, because the rest of us were fine. So it was like, well, it's not something, it wasn't like, you know, there wasn't a food that was per se bad or had gone bad or whatever. And so we were like, oh my gosh. She's like, Mom, I think it's the butter, the melted butter. And I'm like, oh yeah, I bet it is, honey. Because, you know, we have lactose problems. Okay, so the next year, so that was the first year we had done it. So it became tradition. It became a traditional thing. So the next, what are all these? Oh my gosh, you guys, wow. I know. So it became tradition. So every year we would do it. And so the next year we did it, and she's like, oh, I'm not having the butter. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, don't have the butter. And she didn't feel good. And I'm like, are you sure you didn't have like some butter? Like, did you put butter on your corn or anything? And she's like, no. And I'm like, that's weird. So a couple of years go by, and she's like not wanting to eat the crab dinner anymore. And I don't blame her. And this restaurant had opened called Bennett's. And she loved this sandwich. It had crab and I think melted cheese. Oh my gosh, it was just like, it was way too much. I'm like, no thank you. I used to get a salad, but this was even before I was vegan. I'm like, no, I'm gonna have the chicken cranberry salad. But she got this sandwich and it made her really, really sick. And we finally were like, it's the crab. It's the crab. Now she wasn't per se allergic to the crab, because she didn't have swelling, she didn't have rash, you know, nothing like that. It was just, her stomach didn't feel good. Now, to be fair, this was a very large sandwich, and I couldn't believe, like, she ate the whole thing, like. So she got it again, because she's like, okay, this is a one-off. Like, I'm just going to eat half of it this time. Okay, so she gets it. See, there goes a car. So she gets it. Doesn't feel good. So, you know, they're grown now at this point, doing their own thing. And she goes there with her now fiance, and I could not believe it, but she got the crab sandwich. She just loves it. And of course she got violently ill. This time she's like, now her body's like, oh yeah, you're gonna keep giving that to me, because that's the only time she would ever have crab. She didn't eat it any other time. So her body was like, oh yeah. And this time, you know, they were camping in a campground, and oh, that didn't go well. No, that did, if you know what I mean. That did not go well. yeah, So I remember the last time they went, she was like, guess what I will not be getting? I'm like, well, it only took, 9 years, but that's fine. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're really, really sad because our family used to go to this one place to rock hound. We are huge rock hounds. If you would not want to go to the beach with us or anywhere where there were rocks ever, because all we do is stare at the ground and walk super slow and ignore you, literally. So the place that we used to go rock hounding all the time and get all of our chalcedoning from, over the years it's changed. There used to be a road that went out onto this this particular piece of land, and at the end was like a picnic area. Well, I don't know, gosh, 15 years ago, maybe even longer, that got completely ruined. I mean, the road got ruined, the, picnic area. Now, the road is still there, but it's like not, you can't drive to it anymore. And so we would go there every year, twice a year we would go there. And sometimes. And we would rock hound. And you guys, we have jars full of this stuff. And so, of course, my daughter carried on the tradition with her boyfriend. And, they went and, rock hounded. And I was just going through Facebook, and I can't remember what, I think it was, I don't remember the Facebook group or whatever, but a king tide came, and you guys, it completely separated this piece of land from the mainland, and there is no way to access it now. There is no way to access it right now. And it looks like there never will be again. And we were devastated. The amount of, I remember one year, the amount of memories that our family has on that little piece of land is just, I mean, of course, the fact that that happened isn't going to take our memories away. But one year we were out there. Did I tell this story? I might have. We were out there, and we would go, here in Washington, you guys, it rains. I mean, it's just part of our life. It's literally just part of our life. So I know in a lot of places, people will actually plan around like the weather. We don't do that here. We don't do that. It's like, oh, it's raining. Well, we're still going to go. I mean, because you can wait 2, 3, 4 weeks, months, whatever. It's still, it might still be raining. You never know. So it's like, no, we're still going. So one time we were camping, and it was raining. It was just drizzling, to be fair. It wasn't like, rain. We have many different rains here in Washington. That's a whole other story. So it was drizzling, and so we get our backpacks, get all of our gear and all that kind of stuff, because it's quite the hike. It's quite the hike. And so we get all of our stuff, food. We've got all of our food, water, all that kind of stuff. And of course, we had Nala at the time, our pit bull. Did we just have her? Yeah, we just had her at the time. And so we get out there, and we're hunting rocks, and the rain's getting a little bit getting a little bit worse and the wind's picking up and okay, you know, now once you're on this piece of land that at the time was attached, you once you kind of go around this corner, like you're so far away from land on either side, it doesn't matter which way you go, you're so far away, like it's gonna take you a long time to get back, okay? A long time. So we had made it, you know, almost to that, no, I think we had made it. We'd made it to the first turn. And at that point, we realized we are drenched, okay? Nala was completely drenched. She was shivering. The kids were wet, but they weren't, you know, they were protected with their coats and stuff like that, but we were uncomfortable, okay? So I'm like, stop. We have got to stop. Everybody stop. I'm like, we're going to pull over. I'm like, let's sit down. Let's find some place to sit down. So we found this, like, because there's logs everywhere. You know, we're at the beach. So we found this log that was a little bit up off the ground. And it was funny because Nala instantly dug like this trench and got in it underneath the log. She's so freaking smart. Y'all, pit bulls are the best. Well, Coco's the best, but pit bulls are just amazing. So I'm like, we're going to build a fire. And everybody's like, literally, are you crazy? Because everything was completely soaked. I'm like, we have to. We are in survival mode right now. We have got to build this isn't funny. Like at this point, somebody's going to get hypothermia. We need to build a fire now. So we had never seen this before in all of the years of being on this beach. We're like, okay, there's no dry wood. Nothing's dry. Now we have stuff to start a fire. Lots of stuff to start a fire, but we need, you know, stuff to burn. Everything is just drenched, as per usual around here. And on the beach, for some reason, like I said, we had never seen this before, was all this bamboo. And I'm like, you guys, bamboo is super flammable. It's super flammable. I'm like, everybody gather up as much of this bamboo as you possibly can. Everybody look for bamboo. So, we'd put the backpack underneath something. Nala was underneath something. The kids and I and Adam were all gathering as much bamboo as we possibly can. And he's like, is it really flammable? I'm like, it's super, super flammable. I'm like, trust me, this is going to work. He's like, it's soaked. I'm like, it's going to burn. It is going to burn. So we make this little, you know, pit, and it's up against this like huge stump. It wasn't a stump, but like a log that was sticking up. And we get our fire starter in there. And then we slowly start putting the bamboo on. Sure enough, here comes the fire. And man, we got that thing rip-roaring, just rip-roaring. And Nala's getting closer to the fire. And, you know, we're getting dry. It's still raining, but we're getting dry. And it had kind of slowed down a little bit. But yeah, that was a good memory. That was a really cool, that was a cool thing. Never seen bamboo. Still talk about it to this day too. Like, what was that doing there? And how convenient just when we needed it the most, you know? So yeah, that was pretty cool. And of course my husband and I used to go there prior to having kids when we had our dogs, our Toy Fox Terriers. And we usually ended up carrying them back. Oh no. Okay, here we go. We usually ended up carrying a couple of those back, a couple of them back, depending on who it was. You know, Sparky got older and he needed to be carried, and they're so low to the ground, you know, that the wind would be whipping the sand up, and, you know, he'd be getting sand blasted basically. So, I remember when we had Nala and Callie, so you'd round the corner, you'd get to the point, okay, usually you'd see like some whales, and that's where all the really, really big Chalcedonian pieces were. So you get to the point, we'd rest, and then we'd start heading around back the other way. Well, as we got closer to the parking lot, which miles and miles and miles and miles and miles, but once we started getting closer to the parking lot, inevitably, this always happened. So I had Nala and Callie. I always most of the time had them if we were in any type of a situation where there were people that had other dogs. I'm like, give the dogs to me, because I'm not gonna, you know, I'm responsible. So inevitably there would be somebody with small dogs, or a small dog that was loose, right? Because you're on the beach. Okay, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. I get it. It's fine. It's none of my business. Okay, but I've got 2 very large pit bulls coming your way that are on leashes, and I don't know your dog. I don't know how your dog's going to react to my dogs. Now, I know how my dog's going to react to your dog. My dogs are going to walk right past your dog and not give it any notice, because my dogs don't care about other dogs. They never did. They just were just like, you know, they just, I mean, they were happy to see dogs, but they wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? They're just going to walk right past. But what's your dog going to do? And inevitably, and this happened several times to us, so we'd be coming up and I'd be like, Adam, and he's like, I see it. I see it. So I would hang way back with the dogs, and Kelsey and Brennan and Adam would all go, you know, start walking up towards, you know, the person with their dog or whatever. And I would slowly be creeping behind them, like, okay, maybe the person's going to notice us. Maybe they're going to notice I had 2 large pit bulls, you know, blah, blah, blah. Nope, here comes their dog. Here comes their dog. I had small dogs attack my pit bulls. Oh, don't even get me going. How mad at, oh man. You don't have to worry about my pit bull. If your dog attacks my pit bull, it's not my pit bull you need to worry about. It's me you need to worry about. But yeah, inevitably here would come this little dog, you know. And, you know, I'm like, I would turn around and start walking the other way, and here comes this dog trying to bite my dogs. I was in my own driveway. Because I had a craft room in the garage. And so I would open up the garage door, and I would be in my craft room, and I would have my pit bulls right there on leads. And, you know, right there in my driveway. And at the top of my driveway, at the very top of my driveway. So not down at the bottom, at the very top. So we're talking enough for two cars to park on it lengthwise, plus have some in the back. So you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a big driveway, and it was a hill, so it went up. So one day I'm sitting there, and I used to do woodworking and stuff like that. Yeah, it's really cool. And you know, I'm watching. I see this, it was a, what was it? Is that beagle? I think it was a beagle. Here comes this beagle. And I'm like, oh, you know, oh, it's a beagle. And the dog's like, you know, running up to me. And I'm thinking, oh, you know, he wants to come and say hi. And so my dogs stand up. You know, I've got two of them with me, okay, at their own house with their owner that they're highly protective of. And this dog comes up to Callie, bites her on the face. Callie yipes and jumps backwards. And the beagle then bit her on her leg. And I'm like, that's it. And I tried to kick the dog because Callie's at this point, she's like trying to like run inside the house. And I was just standing there like, glad it wasn't me. And I'm like, what in the actual, so I immediately take my dogs inside and I check out Callie and she's bleeding. She's bleeding from this bite. And, but I can't quite, no, it's not like she's, okay, she wasn't, you know, this wasn't an emergency or anything like that, but she was bleeding from the bite, okay? Wasn't like she was dying. She wasn't like limping or like, I'm bleeding out or anything like that, okay? I wanted to know what the heck was going on. So I marched back out there. And, of course, the dog's running back to the way it had come. And my neighbor across from me, not the one that was super nice, but the neighbor across from me was like, what just happened? And I'm like, well, that dog just flipping bit one of my dogs. And she's like, oh, which one? Because she really liked Callie because Callie didn't look, this was so funny. So Callie was an American Pit Bull Terrier. Now, if you look that up, you'll notice they look way different than a Staffy, okay? So it was so funny because when she first met Callie, she was like, oh my gosh, she's so sweet. She was down kissing her and Callie was licking her and she's like, I love her. She's like, what kind of dog is she? And I'm like, she's a pit bull. She stood up faster than you could even imagine. I'm like, see, it's all in your head. It's in your head. But anyway, I'm like, she bit Callie. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, she bit her twice. She's bleeding. She's like, I know where that dog lives. I'm like, you do? She's like, yeah. So her and I start walking up towards where the dog had come from, or, you know, ran back off to. And she goes, yeah, the dog lives right up here. I know exactly where this dog lives. Because her house, the back of her house faced me, and the front of her house faced the road that this dog was on. So, 906, okay. So, we're walking up the side. Sorry, I don't know where my brain goes sometimes, you guys. It's just like it's just like gone. So we're walking up the sidewalk, and here comes this lady. And she's like yelling at apparently her dog to come back home. She's like, you know, so-and-so, get over here, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, excuse me. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, your dog just ran up to my house and bit one of my dogs twice. And my dog is bleeding. And she's like, I don't think so. And I'm like, would you like me to bring my dog out here to show you? My dog's bleeding. What are you going to do about it? And she was the biggest. Ooh. Oh, sorry. I got very emotional about that. Oh my gosh. She was just so rude. And she's like, I don't think so, and blah, blah. And my neighbor's like, I heard it. I heard her dog yiping. I believe her, you know, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, okay, well, I'm taking, you know, them back home. And I'm like, where do you live? Where do you live? Which house do you live in? She's like, it's none of your business. I'm like, that's okay. I'll stand here and watch you go home. she's like, why? I'm like, in case I need to call the police or in case I need to, you know, give you the vet bill, because I don't know if your dog has its vaccinations or not. And she's like, it's none of your business. Oh man. I was so mad. My dogs could have ripped that dog apart, but that's just not how they are. I mean, we always hear about that, but it does happen, unfortunately, but I'm telling you, it's the owners. But yeah, so I always had to worry about other people's, you know, dogs, the way that their dogs behaved, or the lack of control that people had with their dogs. Because I was highly aware of the fact that people were terrified of my dogs just by the way that they looked, to the point that I made it a point to make people feel more comfortable around my dogs. You know, I would preemptively be like, it's okay, you know, they're really nice, they're super friendly, as they're scurrying past me with this, you know, look of absolute fear on their face. But yeah, so odd, but it's what it is. And the media does a wonderful job of making them out to be, you know, horrible dogs. And once you start talking about them, there's always a person that has the story, you know, because there are stories about stuff like that happening, and it does happen. But I think we're going to have to move our goats back to the paddock that they're in, because I know you're like, you just moved them like 2 weeks ago. The paddock that they're in right now is a lot smaller. It used to be our buck pasture. We only had 2 bucks. So, and we had like, you know, 8 females. So the females got obviously the larger pasture. But they've pretty much eaten everything down. So Adam's got this location that he wants to put them in, where there's some blackberries coming back, and we don't want that. So I've got some strawberries growing. That's cool. So if the deer don't get to them, we will have strawberries. That's gonna be nice. Remember last year, the deer ate all of our strawberries? You guys remember that? God, I can't believe that was a year ago. It's almost time for me to start diamond painting outside again. It's almost that time. I have to go clean that table off and pressure wash the breezeway and get out there and diamond paint so Coco can lay in the sun, and she just loves that. She just loves laying in the sun. She's a little sun dog. Okay, you guys, 209, and then we're just gonna have to rearrange these. Kind of looking just to see how I want to go about doing this. Let's play it by ear. Okay. Okay. 1, 2. Did we have a... Yes. No. We don't have a 3? Why did you do that to us? Is there no 3? I'm gonna ignore that sound. Okay, 7, 8. Dots, dots, letters, 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 or dots, letters, lines, arrows, letters, arrows, corner, I don't know, whatever that is, lines, where did I put lines? Ah, right there. Okay, math, shapes, letters, circle. Circle is a shape, lines. I don't know if that's what's next or not, but arrows. Star, that could be a shape. Are these my shapes? Yes, a star could be a shape, I suppose. Why not? Okay, letters. Lines. What the heck was that? Sorry, I'm nosy. What? Okay, I don't know what this says. Okay, don't know. That is, okay, arrows. Hashtag, that's math. Where did I put math? Right here. Shape. Anchor. Math. I guess those are shapes. Letter, triangle. We don't really have any triangles, so, and a check mark. I don't know. We'll put that over here with this weird, we'll do the weird ones over here. These will be, okay. Yeah, those will be the weird ones. Okay. C, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Oops. Held the phone. There's lowercase a. L, M, N, P, Q, S, T, U, V, W, X. How did I miss the J? J, K. Okay, why? Why? Because we love you. Okay, let's do, oh Lord. Okay, let's do arrows next. Okay. And then we'll do math. Why not? Then we'll do lines. Why not? Then we'll do dots. Then we'll do, okay, these are the weird ones. Okay, like shapes. These are, okay, these are shapes, triangles, and then these are just all bizarre, strange, weirdo ones that I will get to know as I go along. So there we go, you guys. It's all kitted up. Again, this is Stained Glass Flower by Peggy Collins. One more look at her. There she is, just a cutie patootie. All right, you guys, please hit that subscribe, like, share, and notification button to be notified of all the times that I go live or anytime that I have a video that comes out. All right, my friends, take care. Loves.